On May 12th of 1838, Joseph Smith approached the High Council and asked that he and Sidney Rigdon receive money and land as they were devoting all of their time and energy to the church. As was put in Joseph Smith's journal, they were reduced, as it were, to absolute beggary. The council voted that Joseph and Sidney be given an 80 of land, or in other words, 80 acres of land. The sum of money that they were to give Joseph and Sidney was left blank, presumably because they hadn't settled upon an amount. We see this discussion reflected in Minute Book 2 for the same date, where they discussed their salaries. Now, other than the 80 acres of land each, the amount of money isn't really revealed until Ebenezer Robinson discusses it again in 1889. In The Return, Volume 1, Number 9, published in September of 1889, Ebenezer discusses the meeting. He says specifically that although the amount was left blank, the number that they agreed upon was $1,100 each. A member of the High Council, George M. Hinkle, bitterly opposed this idea as the church had always been against paid clergy. After this was presented to the membership, Ebenezer tells us that the members of the church, almost to a man, lifted their voices against it. He goes on to say that the expression of disapprobation was so strong and emphatic that at the next meeting of the High Council, the resolution voting them a salary was rescinded. Ebenezer goes on to say, a few days after the High Council refused to give Joseph and Sidney a salary, the revelation for tithing was given. Interestingly, he goes on to say that we feel sure that had the High Council at Far West carried out the resolution and paid Joseph Smith Jr. and Sidney Rigdon the salary they asked for of $1,100 each a year, we would never have seen this tithing revelation, which I feel is the perfect way to sum this all up.